Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We have got your butter on top this week. A prehistoric, or is it, adventure at the end of Oak Street. And then, of course, Jordan's drunk classic about the ST Demon. It follows. Let's go. All right, so welcome back to your Alley Cat's favorite Oliver Twist style movie podcast. Please, sir, you can have some more. This is Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs, and we use the stuff that gets you drunk. Welcome in. So it's been a hell of a summer for movies, right? This is like the biggest box office over the summer in what, like, we want to say 10 years, 15 years, something like that. Those are the metrics I've been reading.
It's going well for theaters, and that's great. That's wonderful. Love that.
Yeah, super important. So important because we need to find reasons to bring young people out of their phones and back to the theaters, right? Because much like bars and cigarettes, they're going to destroy the industry. I'm glad we're finding the right way to do this. I mean, obviously we had the big Comic-Con in San Diego. We had so many like D23 announcements going on as far as movies that are coming out. I don't know how you make a Coco 2, but apparently there's going to be a Coco 2, Lilo and Stitch 2. That was one of Disney's movies recently that made $1 billion. No, it was good. Live action was good. Like, you could say what you want, but that's one of their best live actions in
Lilo
a
and
long
Stitch?
time. Yeah.
The animated Lilo and I'm just like, I make a face at sequels in general to like animated films usually aren't great. Now there are exceptions that are wildly successful, great. One of which we're going to talk about today. But yeah, I mean, the Lilo and Stitch cartoon sequel was actually not bad. It built a pretty cool world. But Coco 2, I just love the first one so much that I'm just like, it makes me scared. It makes me nervous.
You just want to make sure that you're allowed to remember it this way, and they don't ruin those memories.
Remember me.
Remember, it's all about IP, right? And it's all about familiarity. And I think that maybe Disney needs to understand that this might not be... Oh, Incredibles 3. Also, that was another one that was announced. Guys, what we saw is originality is going to kick ass moving forward. Backrooms made so much money. Obsession made so much money. All right, the only franchise film was Spider-Man. And yes, it is the highest grossing film, I think, since Avengers Infinity War. And it's gonna, I think it's gonna send the wrong message, because like we need to look at the success of these other films, like the Backrooms, like not the Backrooms, like the Backrooms of the world, like Obsession, like what we're gonna talk about right now in our Butter on Top, the end of Oak Street. I went into this with very low expectations, as you know, Jordan. And if ever there was a movie moment that made me wish I had a remote to rewind something that I just saw, it happened in this movie. I was like, I want to rewatch that. I want to see that again. I'm really mad that I'm not allowed to hit back 10 seconds, and watch what I just saw. Ewan and Anne Hathaway are fantastic in the chemistry that they provide on this movie, because it is the story of a marriage that has become wrought with boredom. And
did you say me and Anne Hathaway? Because I agree.
Yeah, right. She is it 2026 Anne Hathaway's year? Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, along with every other year.
I'm just saying, like, we've got the Odyssey, we've got The Devil Wears Prada 2, we've got now this one, The End of Oak Street, and this one's getting pretty good reviews. I just, Anne Hathaway's made some really great choices. And then she came out and said any movie where a dog is murdered should automatically be R-rated. I mean, she's not losing any fans with that, okay? She's saying all the right things. And she right now, like, even though Devil Wears Prada 2 was kind of disappointing, she's making all the right choices. She did The Devil Wears Prada 2 for the fans. That was not for her. That was a movie that was done for the fans by the people that put out that movie. Now, with this, I will tell you this: there are so many available options to make the right choice in this movie, and they refuse to. Okay, but
Mhm.
but you got to suspend that. You have to suspend. Like, come on. For instance, they're running, and they're talking about all the people that are dead around them because these dinosaurs are eating people in a summer movie for your family. It's for everybody. I'm telling you, like adults, you will not be bored if you go to this movie with this. And I go, I'm sure the keys to every car in the parking lots are inside those houses. Like I'm pretty positive you could just go find keys at this point if everybody's dead. Like you could just go grab keys instead of running around where there are dinosaurs eating people. Like that is a strong possibility. CGI has its moments. It fades in and out of really good to like okay that's a bit much. But at the same time, again, suspend that. Just go along for this ride. Now it's also a period piece. We're getting I think it's 80s. I think we're getting a little romp through the 80s here. And as this family tries to figure out what the hell is going on, they begin to come together and understand what is important in their lives, and that is each other. Now, what's really funny is there is a scene with a bully in this, okay? A bully. And everybody's dying. Dinosaurs are eating people. And this bully's like, I've got to beat this kid up. I'm just like, yo, are there not other things to worry about right now?
Bully's gonna bully.
Is this the most crucial thing in our lives? And there's something I'm going to talk to you about offline that happens in this movie. But outside of that, uh, it's fun, and that's I think what we were asking for. We're just like, look, don't put out this movie with no press and have it not be fun. And they didn't. The movie was a lot of fun. They did not kill you with the kids. You know how some movies will kill you with kids
Yeah.
sometimes, like just jam these kids into everything. You're just like, enough with these crybabies. Like, I don't need a child to carry the film, you know? And we don't have that. We get Anne Hathaway really rocking out, really taking on the masculine role in this movie and really wrecking shop. Really wrecking shop. Like Anne Hathaway stands out and she's fantastic. And she's a major reason why we're going to give The End of Oak Street a popcorn and 1.5 beers. So thank you, JJ. I was questioning your choices as of late. Like the Cloverfields have not been good to us ever since the original. And you know what? This was good. This was fun. Do you think you're going to go see it, Jordan?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, at some point I
Good, good.
will. I will see this. Yeah, I'm hearing good things. So I also had low expectations, but
That's good.
I
That's
welcome
good.
the surprise. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, there is like I said, like you will want to rewind a scene in this movie. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like did that just happen? And want to rewatch it, and it's very well acted. And I think the same can be said kind of about your drunk classic this week. There was a lot to be questioned in It Follows, but
oh
I
yeah,
don't think it was in regard to the acting. I think the acting was actually okay. There's just one actor in this, the cool guy, that's kind of played out. But
yeah.
outside of him, everything else was pretty kosher. So why did you put It Follows in front of us?
I don't know. It seemed like a good summer uh horror film. It's very different. It is one of those kind of back rooms, kind of low budget startups,
Hmm.
that it honestly didn't make a lot of money. It gained a cult following over time.
Hmm.
They've been teasing a sequel. I believe it's titled They Follow. They've been
Hmm.
teasing the sequel for a while. So that should be coming. I think at some point this year. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's just like a very heavily. It's a talked about movie, right? People have a lot of
Yeah, because
theories
it's
about
about an
different
ST
things,
demon, like I said at the start of the show. Like that's what this
right?
is.
Right, and like
Like, do you
you
think if
got
they
your
wrap up, the demon doesn't get spread? I don't know.
right. Oh, there's a
98, 99.9% effective.
there's a social commentary here that's going on, and you're not sure what sort of wing is it taking. Is it like a conservative
Hmm.
take? Is it like a liberal? There's a lot of questions here, right? Starting with right off the back, big question: Why is the girl running out of the house, running away from the demon in those
Yeah.
shoes?
Yeah. Yeah. And that
Why is she
outfit
wearing like stiletto high heel shoes? Yeah.
and a negligee.
And why stop running in this movie? Why stop running? Why not
Yeah.
travel somewhere as far as you can? There's so many questions. Why not travel as far as you can? Hook up with somebody that far. Because here's the whole thing. Yeah. As soon as you hook up with somebody, the demon starts chasing them. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, makes you go, oh,
But
why
once
don't
it
you just
kills
do
them,
this?
it comes back to you.
Exactly. Right. It starts to revert. So
Yo,
yeah,
prostitution would be the way to go, right?
that's what I think too. Right. And here's the thing though. It's you have to find somebody who is in some sense reliable, because if they just don't believe you, right? Or here's the
Yeah.
thing too, like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, you're living a risky lifestyle in doing that. You know what I mean? A high risk, high hazard lifestyle, that there are many other things that go along with that. So if you happen to by happenstance be murdered or say overdose or something like that, demon is coming
Yeah.
back for you, right?
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
it makes you think about all of these circumstances, everything that like comes
What
with
if you
this.
die before the diamond, the diamond? What if you die before the demon gets back to you? Does he just like double skip? Is it like checkers? Like it's made it to the other
Yeah.
side of the checkerboard, so now I can hop two up?
Is it like Final Destination, right?
Do you break the
Uh,
chain?
yeah. Okay. Guys are so dumb that they are willing to die to bang to have sex, right? They're like, yes,
Well,
please give it to me. I want this demon disease.
I think one in particular was really dumb. I think the other one had no idea. Like, honestly, did not like believe her. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't believe
Yeah.
it. I think the other guy was like, I am so willing to get dead for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's makes you feel dirty, right? In some sense, like it makes you feel very bad for the girl.
Oh, the
Um,
boat scene. The boat
the
scene
boat
did
scene, right?
when she swims
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that I was like, that's a lot. That's a
That
lot.
Yeah, and luckily you're not kind of subjected to what's going on. You just kind of it gets inferred, and yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. Which also, like, there's questions like, can the thing swim? Can it travel across water? I mean, obviously it can like levitate onto roofs and stuff. Because like, how did the old naked guy with his schlong out get up on the roof?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like a spirit, right? So I don't. It's a tough one because
Yeah,
it's not a possession, and they were very careful to make sure they said it's not a possession. But
yeah,
like, what is it then?
yeah. It's not stupid. They tell you that it's not stupid. It'll
Yeah,
figure some
it's
stuff
really
out.
slow.
Really slow. It's not stupid. Does every kind, like you mentioned using protection, does every kind of sexual contact work? Like any kind? Or is it
hmm
strictly the way God intended kind of thing? Or is it like,
So like yeah. So I also thought that too. I was like, what if it's a lesbian?
yeah, yeah,
Like, well, that's what I thought. Like right away, I was like, how? Again, like that's the old rubber thing that I was talking about there. 99.9% effective. Like, so what goes on with there's a lot of questions to be asked,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
also, if the government found out about this, who's to say the government wouldn't just let it plow its way through all of the people until it got to like its end? So it's over.
oh
It's like,
yeah,
okay, like let's just see where this goes. Keep going. Who did you sleep? Like trace it all the way
exactly.
back and just put them all in an auditorium. And unfortunately, to end this demon, you got to have a culling.
Correct.
Sounds
Yeah,
brutal,
no,
but
that would
like,
absolutely happen.
dear
And maybe
audience,
that would be the
we are just
plot of it.
talking about a movie. This is not something we are promoting. We are talking about
Oh
the movie it
no.
follows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, here's some more questions, right? They shoot the damn
hmm
thing in the neck. It's coming for them. They shoot it in the neck. It pops right back up, right? Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
but they believe a toaster in a swimming pool, a bunch of appliances in a swimming pool will work, right? Which is hilarious. The scene, the monster's like, obviously the monster's not stupid because
Yeah.
it quickly is just like, oh, I got you. Like, thank you for giving me this
This way to
gem.
kill you.
Yeah. She goes, like,
Thank you.
oh shit, the thing's got a cannon. Look out.
Yeah, he does almost take her like
Yeah.
multiple times with a lot of those. Like he throws a fax machine 30 feet into the pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not just dig a hole, let it fall in, and fill it with cement?
Hmm.
Seems pretty foolproof to me. I don't know. That's what I was thinking this whole time.
I just
Trap
don't. I
it
don't
in
know
a
if you can catch
cage
it that way.
or
I
it's too
think my
smart.
plan to have a culling is the only way to end this thing. Like you just got to let it get to its conclusion. Let it get to whoever the one that started it was.
All right. All right. Get him. Chat in the comments. um,
Stop being so selfish. You decided to go against everything that you know and try to murder other people, and now you're going to get murdered. Sorry it's come to this.
Speaking of shellfish, the shell phone, the friend with the phone, that's a little clamshell. I'm like, that was an interesting choice. It's very distracting in this movie because she's on it all the time. Like in the
Yeah.
middle of them setting up this dramatic plan to kill the demon, capture it, incapacitate it, whatever. She's just like reading on her phone, her little shell phone. It's literally like a clamshell.
Yeah.
It seemed like somebody made a creative decision and they were very, very stubborn on it. They're like, no, clamshell
This is
phone the shell phone has to be in it.
we're sticking to this. This is what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. He shoots his friend in the same pool, in the same scene with the pool and the fax machine, all that stuff. He shoots his friend, could give less of a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does not care at all. Nobody comes to her aid. Like, and she's
Nope.
just like sitting there. She takes it like a champ, but still, like, totally does not care. Nobody cares.
Yeah. We're
All right.
good. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Yeah, but is she okay? Is the main girl okay? Micah, by the way, the main kind of actress that you would see in many, you see like the dweeby, creepy boy,
Hmm.
ancillary boy character. Like he's in other things. Like you see his face, you know his face from
Yeah.
things. He's very dweeby. Um,
You
but
know
the
what the
girl,
killing though, the shooting of the other girl is? It's like almost a drink link to the French Connection, where he just shoots the other cop and just moves on with
no,
his day.
yeah, 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 yeah. Get out of our way. Should have been standing there. Yeah,
Exactly. Why are you there? You know we're trying to shoot a demon.
yeah. Yeah, the Micah Monroe, right from
Mhm.
the I think I mentioned this when I gave you the reveal from this last week. She's
Reminders
from
of him.
Reminders of Him. Yeah,
Yeah.
another sort of Blake Lively doppelganger, sort of. You know how you got the whole Margot Robbie, Presley girl. Yeah, like there's just certain actors that just like look
Or
they're doppelgangers.
no, the new dang it, you made me forget her name. The new Emma Frost.
Samara Weaving, Samara
Yeah,
Weaving.
that's the Margot Robbie doppelganger.
Uh, yeah, I
She's even
think
got a little
personally,
Nicole
they're
Kidman
both
in
three of
her.
them. No. All right. Well, it follows. It's very original. Again, yeah. There's things that feel like plot holes and just a lot of questions to be asked. But if you just like sit back, enjoy it, it moves. It's a fast moving movie. It's not too infuriating as far as the decision making and all that. And like it's pretty decently made. I'm gonna give it a popcorn in like one, I guess.
Yeah, Popcorn One, I think is a good score for it. I mean, we've got the douchey neighbor that's gonna save everybody with the powers of his penis. Like that we got that in here. We've got the heavy themes going on that we've got to kind of set aside. I think, and you heard me kind of trying to talk around it and let the audience know, like we are talking about a movie. These are not real feelings. This is the universe of It Follows, where we're trying to figure out how to take out the sex demon. Like not to dinner because that's dangerous, but out of this life. And it's just a tough one to figure out. So I am interested, and They Follow is an interesting title, right? Maybe there's more than one. Maybe that's what we're getting at. Maybe this is a race of evil that lives on our planet.
Yeah, or it's like a orgy that spreads the demon to multiple people at the same time,
Uh-oh.
and then after they
Uh-oh.
follow.
What's yours? Anyway, I agree with the popcorn in one, and let's get to what we were watching. And oh, the return of the Queen in House of Dragons season 3. Rhaenyra
Oh yeah,
finally takes the throne, and Aemon is her Terminator style bodyguard slash husband slash baby daddy soon, maybe.
Damon,
We'll see.
Damon, Damon,
Damon, yeah. Damon, not
not
Aemon.
Amen.
Aemon is a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
one. Aemon is is,
yeah,
is the mean one with one eye, right? And
yeah.
he's got his own little storyline going on, and he is being hypnotized by a witch. I had to censor myself there for the audience. And that's a really fun storyline for everybody to grip onto. I mean, the CGI in Game of Thrones and House of Dragons is pretty undefeated. And whatever they're doing to make these dragons like look the way they are, I think that others need to start taking notes because it's pretty good. Like
Mhm.
it's really good. Like they're doing a great job at this. And I don't know how they're so much better than some of these other giant companies at doing this. But
Because they're
anyway,
real dragons.
that's because they're real dragons. They're
They
training them
made
on the
real
dragon farm.
dragons. Yeah,
I think that here we're starting to see the fractures that is family occur here as Rhaenyra believes that she has the strength of all. She has the most dragons at her disposal. She has the largest bloodline at her disposal. She has the largest ground army at her disposal. Why is she losing? And it's very interesting. She's the queen now. Why is she losing? Why won't they listen to me? Like, that's a heavy theme throughout this.
yeah.
Like, why won't they listen? And you start to see a turn in Rhaenyra from the girl we all once loved and the adoration she thought she had earned and deserved is not coming to her. And she is ready to fight over it and fight to get it. And she's ready to have those that are completely loyal to her do whatever it takes to gain this loyalty. House of Dragons season 3 starts off with a bang. And I can't talk about
Yeah.
everything because there are way too many spoilers. It's just
Yes,
there's so
please
much that
don't.
happens. Yeah, there's so much
I'm
that
halfway
happens
through.
that it becomes far too easy to spoil if I talk too much about different characters. What I will tell you is this was the most action-packed season of House of Dragons yet. There is
Mm.
so much going on. I really thought they would be winding down, and instead they are winding it up because it looks like they're
Really?
ready to go for a bit longer. Yeah, maybe 2 to 3 more seasons. We'll see. But as of
Wow.
right now, IMDb already has season 4 listed and how many episodes there is going to be. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun, man.
Yeah, I thought somewhere along the line I read that they were only going to make one more season after this season,
hmm
but I don't know.
I hope so. I hope they find a way to wrap it up. Like I really do. I
Mm.
don't want it to go forever, but
Yeah.
it's not a sitcom. It can't go forever. We got to figure out. And I think it's 200 years before the White Walkers come and
Mhm.
before we have Game of Thrones occur, right? And I think that it's going to be interesting to see. They're already starting to weave in the Wall and the White Walkers and
Yeah.
what is it? Sending people to the Wall to remain sterile, and that's their punishment. Like they're starting to weave that in to guard that wall for 200 years. So we'll see how this goes. Popcorn and 2 for House of Dragons season 3. I also skipped off to the movies, and we got a special preview. Jordan, we got a special preview of Mutiny, starring Jason Statham. And I've got to tell you, he's going to disappoint you. You know why, Jordan?
Because he's not a pirate and he doesn't get
No,
to say
because he doesn't say it. He doesn't say, this is a
it.
mutiny.
Yeah. I'm a
I was like,
pirate. This
oh,
is a mutiny.
I was ready to clap in the theater if he said it, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Look, this is not a good movie. It is plug and play. It is the transporter. It is the mechanic. It is the Expendables. It is all the same movie. But is it fun for what it is? Sure. It's a popcorn movie. But if you want to go see some action and just like some random kills. There is a padlock fight scene, and I was just like, ooh, that was kind of cool. That was a good use of a padlock. Never thought to do something like that with it, with a Danish villain, a Viking villain. How about that? Modern times Viking villain exists in this, and that was
Wow.
kind of fun to watch. It's just an unoriginal movie where he plays a high level security guard working for an import export tycoon with a heart of gold, and then all chaos breaks loose. And you know what Jason Statham's in it for? He's in it for vengeance, and
Mm.
we get a lot of vengeance. I think 21 vengeances to be exact. No, 22, because one wasn't on the ship. One vengeance wasn't on the ship, so 22 vengeances, and
You mess with the wrong transport and beekeeping working man.
and now it's time to fix some things because I'm also a mechanic. You can go anywhere with it. Go anywhere with it, right? Are you ready to take this crank? There's a lot here, and it's there is some really cool solid like close quarters combat choreography in the movie that's fun. But you're getting your Jason Statham basic bitch action movie, and I think if you go see a Jason Statham movie, that's exactly what you want, right? Like that's exactly what you want. You know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Same movie.
Yeah,
Same movie we
same
saw
one.
last time. Jason Statham.
So what were you watching, Jordan?
I watched a sequel that was promised
Okay.
last week because the first one was so sugary delightful. I had to watch part two, Paddington 2. Okay. Whatever the British have figured out with these family movies, they've got the
Hmm.
recipe. They've absolutely got the recipe, the dialogue, the color palettes, and most of all, the villain, the conflict that they've figured out how to make. It's adult. It's seemingly very adult sort of conflict. So it gets you. Even watching it, you're kind of riveted a little bit. But the villains are so well done. They're almost likable in the sense that like they're hilarious. They're very very odd. They're not like
Hmm.
realistic type people. They're just very like odd people.
Like
With Nicole
Cruella de
Kidman, the first
Vil.
one. Yeah, yeah. This one is Hugh Grant, which,
Hmm.
very kind of punchable face kind of guy, very polarizing. A lot of people don't like Hugh Grant. He's awesome in this. He is so funny. He is so weird, right? Great villain in this. Okay. We also get Brendan Gleeson
He has a
in
villainous
this.
voice too.
He does. He's hilarious in this. You get Brendan Gleeson in this as the as a sort of helper to Paddington because
Hmm.
let me tell you this movie goes has a lot of different settings. It goes in a lot of different directions. Paddington gets a job. That's the main thing at first is Paddington's trying to get a job, which kind of makes you feel like,
Is
oh,
it in
this
a
is kind of a
marmalade factory?
no, he tries to be like a barber and he tries to be like various other things, a window washer, which is adorable when he becomes a window washer. Um, but like you kind of it's tropey for a sequel, like, oh, the
Okay.
cartoon bear has to get in the real world and hold his own and get a job. It's like, okay, is that where this is going? But it's not. It's not. Paddington
Have no
also rides
fear.
a yeah. Paddington rides a dog like a horse, which is super cute, super cool, but
Yeah.
also very improbable because you're like, this is still a bear. He's a little guy, but he's still a bear who probably weighs a lot more than this small dog that he's riding on, right? You kind of have to suspend a little bit of
Yeah.
belief on that. Paddington goes to prison, so it gets dark. It gets dark, and so you get
Paddington
like a
Goes to
social
Prison
commenter.
sounds like a
Yeah,
very dark book.
yeah, and it starts out very dark, but like all things Paddington, everything he touches, he turns sugary sweet. Like they
Yeah.
stick him in the laundry room, so he accidentally ends up dyeing all the prison uniforms pink.
Of
Which
course.
it just starts to slowly lighten up the mood around the prison, and then all of a sudden he's got slowly but surely, before you know it, he's got everybody making marmalade sandwiches. You know, it's just
Of course.
delightful. It's tear jerking. You get an awesome ending, a lot of action, like family style Mission Impossible movie, like action sequence going on, hilarious throughout, beautiful, awesome, love it. I'm God, please, Paddington and Peru, don't let me down. I have low expectations for that, but I'm 100% gonna watch it. I'm a Paddington fan. Popcorn 3.
Popcorn in three. Back to back pop threes for the Paddington
Yeah,
collection. And you're right in line
yeah,
there. I mean, like most people that have seen it have loved it. I'm going to have to watch it eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll
yeah,
get there. Where I
yeah.
got to, though, is I was willing to put in hours watching a couple Netflix television shows. The first one I watched was The Beast in Me. Now, remember, I gave Widow's Bay a popcorn and two, a strong popcorn and two. And Matthew Rhys plays a character that is completely opposite of his character in Widow's Bay in The Beast in Me, as he portrays a billionaire real estate mogul who's suspected of murder. But
Hmm.
the murder happened like 5 years prior, and he's just been trying to like stay out of the public eye because, as far as everyone knows, the spouse committed suicide. And who does he move next door to? But Aggie Wiggs. And Aggie Wiggs, played by Claire Danes, is a phenomenal writer who is struggling to come up with her next book. And she just happens to have this story fall into her lap. And these two are so good together. Claire Danes and Matthew Rhys are so good together through every episode of this show that you're just kind of like, you want to see these two on screen together nonstop. I'm not shocked that both are nominated for Emmys. I'm not shocked that lots of people really enjoyed this show because it is entertaining. Now, where they might lose you, though, is the final episode. Unfortunate ending. What has become a movie and TV trope saw a fantastic show with just an irritating, predictable ending. And that was it. Like, it's just like, really, this is how this guy gets taken down, or this is how this
Hmm.
girl gets taken down, or this is how this father gets taken down, is through this. This is so played out. We couldn't do anything better than this. I mean, the story has transcended this style of ending with how creative you've been throughout this series. And it's just like you guys just needed to figure out a way to tie it up. Get creative,
Yeah.
man. And you just
Well,
lose it. So a popcorn and two. Go ahead, Jordan.
it's you what you're how you're describing this show reminds me of His and
Hmm.
Hers, right? Just how
Yeah.
terrible that devolved into. God, what a horrible ending.
Yeah.
They
This
tried to
one
get
is
creative.
just, yeah.
They tried to get
It's, it's,
creative. That
it's
was the thing.
but it's just that last, it's the catch. It's just the catch. Like
Yeah.
the episode was
Yeah.
fine. It's just the catch. It's just like, really? That's the catch?
Mm.
Like that's what gets it done? Like, I don't know. I don't like that. The parents of the murdered spouse, though, like I was shocked at that. They got me on that scene. I was like, wow. And then of course it gets explained and everything, but the parents of the murdered spouse got me. That was I wasn't expecting what happened to happen in that scene. So it was good. Now the other show I was watching there on Netflix, Jordan, was
Mm.
Tires season 3. And I'll be quick with this
All right.
review because this just came out, but I will tell you, this show, as you and Josh know, I didn't like season 1. I was like, this is kind of stupid and played out, and I don't. It's it's the same old shit. And it's season 2 got me. I was like, okay, season 2 is really funny. Like season 2 was funny, and season 3 is very funny as well.
All
The
right.
episode 3, women's empowerment, was one of the funniest episodes of television I've seen in a very long time. And I loved Freebird. Like I loved Freebird. And this one, like this episode 3, the women's empowerment episode, it was heavy-handed and subtle at different points in time. It was naive and smart at different points in time, and it had me rolling. And
No.
I had to be quiet because I was watching it on my lunch break in my office, and it kept making me laugh out loud. Just the
Yeah.
different phrases and different things that were occurring. So for Tire season 3, again, we're gonna go another popcorn and
You know,
two for that one.
my commentary, I haven't watched it, I'm gonna watch that like as soon as possible. Is that like
Hmm.
Shane Gillis has a talent for like he's a unlikable guy, whatever polarizing kind of guy, and in
Hmm.
that show in particular though, because it has a lot of actors and characters that like play the antithesis of him. They're bothered by him, and that's the whole thing. He's this very like offensive kind of guy. You know,
Yeah.
it makes you, even with subjects that like you're socially sensitive about, it has a way of making you okay to laugh at them. It eases you out of kind of that feeling of like that uptightness, like the gun episode where he's sitting there like playing with the gun in the shop. Like I hate stuff like that. I hate stuff like that when they're like make it a joke to like play with guns and all that. Like, but it was funny, man. I love that. So I'm
I
excited to
think
watch
it
this movie.
reminds us that it's okay to laugh at some of these things sometimes, and we can take ourselves less seriously and still maintain a serious stance on real life issues. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah.
So, so what was next on the docket for you, sir?
Well, we had a submission, a fan submission.
We did.
Housewife, a YouTube short horror film submitted by Greta Guthrie. Okay, so shout out to you. It's when I say
I
short
love that
film, it's
name.
real
Hey,
short.
Greta, I love your name. Greta Guthrie is a fantastic name. I hope you get all the things so I can read that name repeatedly.
Yeah, you can find her on Instagram at G Smalls with the Z, GSMALLZ music. So multi-talent there. Apparently she makes music, right?
Okay.
Solid short film. We're talking about short. We're talking about 4 minutes long. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
pretty avant-garde here.
A tight four
It's
minutes
trying to,
too.
yeah, it's trying to make a social commentary point on it, and I have theories. I don't know, like if I want to take the full
Mm-hmm.
liberty to like say like what I totally think that this is about. Um, okay, so the villain
That the
here, a
housewife
woman,
culture is slowly killing your soul.
exactly. Yeah. She is the house. She is becoming the house. The house is killing her to
Mm-hmm.
the point inside to where it's like making her a killer. It's making her an
Mm-hmm.
evil or a bad person or whatever, this like house spirit sort of thing. And it's characterized by like a woman in like a traditional sort of like sitcom housewife
Stepfordy.
outfit, Stepfordy outfit with a like a
Yeah.
dollhouse on the head,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That is like
That has a
cannibalistic and
void. Like it's a void, right? The all this is
yeah,
a void. Like you're staring into a void. There's no face.
yeah,
There's no human features besides the body. And the doors. It's a double door. Then you're staring off into a void. You're staring off into the vast nothing that could become your life.
yeah. So there's some like creepy
Sorry for
creative ways
everybody
that they
that
do.
takes pride in what they do. There's nothing wrong if you made the choice to be a housewife, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just commentary on a movie. Commentary on a
Oh,
movie.
I was a house husband all summer for one summer, just summer, just this last previous summertime. It was rough. So much
Yeah.
respect, you know, you
Yeah,
know.
no, it's this. We're just comment again. We're gonna bring it back to like it follows. We are just commenting on a movie. That is all we're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Greta does a good job with the sort of effects that she comes up with, just like the creepy like cutting of the meat that is implied that it's the mailman's like guts or something
Organs.
that's being cut up,
Yeah.
organs, yeah. Um, so yeah, creepy, interesting, thought-provoking 4 minutes of content there. Good job. I'm gonna give it a popcorn in one.
I'm gonna give it a popcorn and two for what it is and for the effects and the production value. I really loved the credits as well, like how they did the credits. I thought that was
Mm,
really like what like 80s style sitcom, maybe 90s style, like early 90s style sitcom credits, and I was like, that's really creative. And I mean, it's an interesting 3 minute journey into both the visual and audio discomfort that can be caused by this introspective look into what may occur in someone's own mind as they feel like their life may be sailing past them from the confines of their own home. And I mean, the worst part was the mailman's death. That was the worst part. Everything else was really good and
mm.
really crisp and really clean. I just the mailman's death was a little rough for me. Maybe sorry if that's your boy. He didn't do a great job. Like that was the only part that took me out of it a little bit. The rest of it I was in on, and yeah, the visceral sight of the bucket of meat and the audible ASMR sensation of the
Oh, yeah.
like it was cute, it was good, it was entertaining, and I felt like they did a good job, man. Popcorn and two for me. It
Nice.
was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, good job, Greta. Greta seems
Yeah.
to be a filmmaker's name, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So I got to see a couple more movies here. I got, well, a few more. I got to see The Death of Robin Hood. I was really excited about this. I mean, location scouting was simply beautiful. Whoever they did that, whoever did the location scouting, give them a raise because it was set in a beautiful area. And it takes place in the 1200s. And right away, with the first kill of the film, you see they are not going to be portraying him as a hero. Now, Bill Skarsgård is also in this, and Little John goes hopping through the forest. No, it is a darker tale with Little John here, but he's not in it that long. But while he was in it, he owned that character and did
Yeah.
fantastic.
What?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I wish we could hear. What is he Norwegian? Is he Danish? Like, what is Skarsgård? Is he Icelandic? What is Skarsgård? I don't know. I know he's definitely
Or
Nordic,
of some
and
kind.
it would be funny to hear him hit those notes. Look, the start of this film is not for the faint of heart, and it digs into the brutality of the characters as he continues to deliver death without prejudice, not caring sex, size, age of his victims. The friaress that runs the hospital is fantastic in her role in trying to bring him not only back to life, but to kind of bring the human out in him. Now, Hugh Jackman, of course, plays Robin Hood, but the friaress is played by Jodie Comer, and there's a guy in this that plays the leper, played by Murray Bartlett, that really does a lot in pulling the human out of Hugh Jackman's Robin Hood, as opposed to the just the anti-hero murderer thief that he is, that is simply moving through the end of his life looking for what he considers to be a good death. It falls off a cliff in the third act. It just absolutely falls off of a cliff. And they dive a little too deeply into trying to be more human and regret, and I don't know if I like that. You made promises that were unkept with the start of this film. Now, he gives an amazing speech on a beach. Didn't mean to do that. To a character named Godwin here, but outside of that, it just, I mean, like, even the last lyrics, it's when you loose, you're no longer, or don't look at it as letting go. Look at it as you're no longer holding on. And I thought that was a great line. But the problem was, you got me so into the beginning of this, the first 30 to 40 minutes, and then the last hour and 20 minutes, it was just like, it was so slow. And you're trying to be methodical, but I don't know if you were getting that. So The Death of Robin Hood goes ahead and gets a popcorn and one from me. And it made me sad because I was really looking forward to that. Next one I watched, Jordan. We say this all the time. This movie wasn't made for me, but we make a promise to our audience that we're going to watch everything. So this
for
was
smart people.
Right? This was Girls, homage to Josh. This was Girls Like Girls, available for you on Peacock. And it's a coming of age story tied with all kinds of, this is the most tropey movie I've seen in so long, which makes me think it's lazy. It is littered with tropes, and there's only one thing that is different about this movie than any of these other. Stop me if you've heard this before. New kid in town. New kid in town. Anybody? New kid in town. What happens initially? She gets invited out and then gets picked on. Okay, we've heard that before. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Don't worry, we've got more. How about she had a tragedy happen and thinks no one wants her? Ah, another trope. There we go. Okay, confused. Just wants somebody to love her. But another trope. Father was absent, not around, and now wants to be a part of her life. But it's not what you think. But another trope. But now she becomes a friend with all the popular kids and they want her around. But Another trope. And it's just, it's lazy and lazy and lazy to me. The only thing you did here, and again, like, this is, stop putting out movies that I have to like, that you need me to like, because that's the wrong reason to put out movies like this. There's so much meat on the bone here that I'm disappointed in the writing and direction of this film, because it was very lazy. It was very lazy. You know what? If you're going to tell this story, tell it well. Don't tell it by utilizing tropes that we have seen since the 70s, 60s, 70s. All right? Like, over and over again, just litter it with tropes so you can be lazy in your writing. And then, you know what you're just going to do? You're just going to replace, the Freddie Prinze Jr. and who's the actress that plays in She's All That?
God, I don't remember. I don't know.
So basically,
Yeah.
all you're doing is replacing the traditional romantic story with a non-traditional romantic story of two girls that are falling in love with each other. Nothing wrong with that story. What makes me mad is you told it lazily. That's it. That's the only thing that disappoints me, is you told it so lazily that it took so much away from the movie and so much away from the performances that were decent. Like, they were actually pretty decent performances in this. And I'm just disappointed that we're gonna have to, that so many people are gonna look to reward what was, if we're all honest with ourselves, a very lazy filmmaking experience, simply because they switched out one relationship for another, if that makes sense. And I don't think that should be the case when we're judging film and when we're really deciding what is beautiful. And you had a chance, you had a shot here, you got me into the circus tent, and you just made a movie that was just so filled with tropes that it was just like, okay, we've all seen this story before. Get creative, like I just said with the Beast in Me, right? Get creative.
Mhm.
What was the last thing
Yeah.
for you this week, Jordan?
I
Oh,
watched
popcorn.
season two.
Popcorn.
Okay. I watched From season two on I believe it's on MGM. I think it might also be on like Paramount Plus or something now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So more of the same. More questions. More questions. They're building a huge world. And
Okay.
honestly, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm getting a little nervous. I am all the way in. I am
Are you
all the
waiting for
way
the
in
wheels
on
to
this
fall off?
world.
Is that why you're nervous?
I'm waiting for, yeah, I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off. We need some answers. You need to start giving us some answers. It's just more questions, more confusion, more chaos, right?
Dude, that's Silo
Things,
for me right now. Silo, I think I'm in season 3. I'm just like, can you just answer some of the questions?
yeah. I mean, luckily I think we're at 4 seasons now out, and a fifth season is coming. So,
Mm-hmm.
I just hope this doesn't go the way of like Lost, which I never actually watched for good reason because of just what I've heard, how it just kind of circles you around the toilet bowl and going nowhere,
I
right?
finished that whole series.
Yeah, things are changing in the world. You get it's like the budget is good, but then every once in a while you're like taking it's out of something that's just done sloppily, or it's just sometimes the casting, it's like one character, it's like why did you put this character in the show? Or you get some kind of creepy thing that happens that's never explained, that's just like this is so goofy. It's so Spirit Halloween store going on here, you know? Um, get cool the monsters. So in the first season, they kind of keep a veil on the monsters. You get glimpses of them. I think the budget is what it is. They got a better budget maybe for season two.
Yeah,
So
once it
you
got picked
really get
up.
you get up close with the monsters quite a
Mhm.
bit, and they're pretty cool looking. They're pretty scary looking. So that was a
Good.
plus, big plus. But again, like the story, the world, all of that, like I'm in for sure. I can't wait to. I'm gonna be starting season three, but I got a lot of other things. I'm gonna take a break for a week or so, watch a couple more things. So we'll get back to From season three. So season two, I'm gonna give a popcorn and one.
And one. I think you have the season 1 like a popcorn 2.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Too much
All right. A
more
little
questions. Like
disappointing.
yeah.
Well, last thing on my list is I watched Normal. starring Bob Odenkirk as he continues to fight Jason Statham for supremacy in the Liam Neeson bracket. I mean, like it's kind of funny that these two are just making the same movies over and over. And this one, Bob Odenkirk. Now that we did Nobody, now we got Normal. Bob Odenkirk plays a sheriff that was placed in a small town called Normal, and he is the interim sheriff as the previous sheriff died mysteriously. And he doesn't know what's going on, but he's a pretty chill, laid back guy. That he has his own demons, though. What led him to be this laid back police officer? And we do get that story. They don't keep us guessing. And it's often narrated through the prism of him calling his wife, his estranged wife, who no longer answers the phone. And he just leaves her voicemails about everything that's going on in this small town. And the villain in this town is a rather famous gang that somehow, and it makes you think about it, has vested interest in the bank in this little itty bitty town in Minnesota called Normal. And they place some of their operatives in this little itty bitty town called Normal in Minnesota. And of course, because the town is so tiny and so impoverished, everyone's in on what's going on with this gang. And it's kind of funny because you see like the local townspeople and grannies like getting into fights, and it keeps it funny, keeps it interesting, keeps it fresh. Even though it was similar to Nobody, the story is kept alive by these small little details. Henry Winkler plays the mayor, and he's just delightful in the moments that he's in it. And it's so nice to see him playing someone so shrewd and unapologetic. We're going to go ahead and give Normal, just for a regular action movie that's a little bit of fun, a popcorn and one, available for you now on HBO Max. So what do we have this week for our butter on top, Jordan?
For our butter on top, well, there's a hodgepodge of movies coming out. Not any major blockbuster releases like we've been sort of spoiled with of late this summer, but we're gonna get into a horror film, which always seem to do well in the summertime or like late, you know what I mean? Insidious. What is it? Enter the door or out of the realm or some bullcrap like that. Let's see.
Insidious, enter the door. What door
Out
will they
of
go
the
through?
further. Out of the that was close. That was pretty close. Out of the further.
I think that's a really good title for it. Insidious, enter the door should be what they go with like for their next title, and I think they owe you some type of credit for it, right? But out of the further, is what they went with. For me, it's my drunk classic this week, Jordan, and we're in the 80s. Obviously, we were in the 70s last time I picked. So we're in the 80s, and we're going to go with a rom-com starring a few of our favorite people. One being Billy Crystal, the other being a Miss Meg. When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally will be what we're watching.
But it's one of those movies that like it's a classic.
So do you know the famous scene here from When Harry Met Sally with Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal?
Is it You Had Me at Hello?
No, man, it's okay. You'll know it when you see it. I'll just leave it at that. The audience that's seen this movie knows exactly. Yeah. You'll know it when you see it. You'll be like, okay. And I'm sure you're gonna want to talk about it. And I look forward to it. Just like I look forward to hearing from the audience. Thank you, Greta, for sending us your film. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. A tight 3 minutes. You're in, you're out, and you're on with thought. We hope to see you guys at the theater for Insidious, Out of the Further. You get the popcorn, and we got the beer.